this. Right, yeah, so I hope everyone's well. And as normal, this is being ideas for March. I've got ideas. I sent you an email today, Rich, as well. I've got some ideas for March. I've got most of my guests lined up for March. Can you believe it? But the UK is coming. We've got some kind of plan, Rich. I know Rich is out in America. The UK have got a plan coming out of this, apparently. So we're keeping fingers crossed, everything crossed. Somebody did ask me the other day, what am I going to do when we come out of this? Is this all going to stop? Am I going to stop doing the live Instagrams, etc., etc.? And I don't really know. I don't know. I haven't got to that stage yet. I'm just trying to get through what we're doing. I just need to tell people something that I'm trying here. Mike was nice enough to contribute to it last week. I've been notified by Instagram about badges. So there's something that comes up on your screen about badges. So I'm just trying it out. It's a little, I think it's a way of trying to support things that I'm doing, etc., etc. But like I said, I don't know a lot about it. I did a little bit of research. It says there's a limited amount of people that are doing it, and I'm just trying it out. So that's what that's all about. As normal, this is on YouTube, and obviously it's up on my Instagram afterwards, which it's going to stay on forever, unless it doesn't record properly like it didn't a couple of weeks ago when I did the whole thing about the studio tour, and I showed everyone how I was using the cameras. That one didn't record properly, so it didn't get to stay up on, it didn't go onto YouTube, that one. It's up on Instagram, but it's still on YouTube. Yes, so I have got, I'm good, Nick, thank you. I have got my guests lined up for the next few weeks. And as you know, because we started last week, I started a new feature last week, Meet the Shops. So we've got a few of the shops lined up. Some are finding it a little bit harder than others, more so the international ones, to find times that are working because the shop's not actually open. But we're still working on those. I've got news today, and I'm sure that anyone that follows me or follows drummers on here would have seen the great Ralph Peterson died. I think it was last night actually. He's been fighting cancer for quite a while. Had the honour of spending a couple of hangs with him at various festivals, including the last UK drum show that we did 2 years ago. He came over and played for that. An amazing, beautiful drummer, and a beautiful human being. Didn't take any nonsense, which I quite liked. I quite like that. It's quite refreshing. But there's lots and lots of. I'd like to play some music of his, especially his album that he brought out this year, Onwards and Upwards. But of course, as soon as I play that kind of stuff, Instagram shuts down, doesn't get saved, etc., etc. So all I'm going to say to everyone on here now or watching this is go through Instagram or Twitter or however, whichever platform you're watching this, and check out some Ralph Peterson. There's quite a few people putting some posts out, some really nice jazz stuff that he's put out there. Actually, I don't like, you know this, I don't like categorising it. Music is what I'm going to say. But the album that he did this year, Onwards and Upwards, last year was a great album. And sadly, he passed 58 years old, which is no age at all. But we should all, remember him. And if you don't know who he is, then go and check him out. Great drummer, will be hugely lost, but he will leave a big legacy. So like I said, 58. Unfortunately, he has been fighting cancer for quite a while. But anyway, do yourself a favour. Whatever platform you're watching this, go and check him out. So the great Ralph Peterson, who died today, like I said, 58 years old. And I thought I'd try and base something today's lesson around Ralph, although I can't do anything justice like Ralph, and maybe for my reference, my guest tomorrow as well. So a little bit of a clue coming up maybe. You know it works. If you've got any questions, if you've got anything you want to ask me, stick them in that question mark box. I have got some giveaways. I've got a few bits and pieces, and I'm going to decide as the evening goes on what I'm going to give away. So I've got a few things, but like I said, questions in the question mark box down the bottom. I've got a few things that have come in, which I'm going to talk about. Dominic Cole is in the house. I hope you're well, Dominic, young man. A great drummer out in the Boston area, young Dominic Cole. So it's nice to see so many regular people still come back in and watch me rabbiting on, which I've done for ages, but I daren't stop now. I have to keep these going, don't we, until we come out of this. So, on news, we've discussed Ralph. Like I said, very sad, Ralph Peterson, but like I said, do yourself a favour. Go and check out some videos that people are putting up, some clips that people are putting up. Look into it a lot more. There's some amazing stuff. And somebody just actually sent me someone here called Procopus Play Mallets. That's what he put in there. Or she, I don't know if, but anyway, play mallets. Well, I can play mallets. I actually don't have a set of mallets right here. I actually learned orchestral percussion. I didn't practice it, didn't work on it as much as I should have done. But coming back to Ralph, there's a really nice video of Ralph playing some mallets. Mallets are no different to drums. Obviously, they're a different feel, different sound, but they're no different. And yes, Ollie, it's nearly a year. 21st of March, I started these live chats, and I thought they were going to be around for a couple of weeks, and we're still going. So, what we're going to talk about today? Well, there's a couple of things we're going to talk about. Bits of drum news that I want to talk about. 1st of March means that there's new stuff gone up on the MikeDolbear.com website today. A good section on our Seriously Wired, so anything you want to know about electronics and how you use various electronics, or anything to do with that kind of stuff, how to set your computers up, it's into our section. I forgot what it was called now, just lost flow of speech. That's up on MikeDolbear.com anyway. Also, we've got a review of the new lightweight Gibraltar hardware up there as well, so go and check that out. There's also a link directly to the shops feature that I started last week if you haven't seen that. But I also want to talk about Rhythm Magazine. So it's backwards, I know, but this is the second issue of Rhythm Magazine. So first of all, I want to give you a little bit of a rundown. When I was growing up, Rhythm Magazine was one of the magazines that I would read. There was a couple of UK magazines, but I want to say back in the day, this was maybe one of the first ones that I remember, and it's certainly the only one now left in the UK. I've got a little bit of a press release on what's happened there as well, and I have discussed it a little bit. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a read up about what's going on at Rhythm Magazine in the UK, and also give you a little bit of a review on the current magazine. This news is up on my website as well. But so it was originally published by a publisher called Dennis, and then Future Publishing, which I'm sure many people know, Future Publishing, then took it over, and then it got closed down and resurfaced back in 2019 under Lifestyle Media. Lifestyle Media took over the magazine, so that was their third publisher. And unfortunately, like many things during the COVID situation, it really didn't survive for various reasons. WH Smith's, all the shops obviously closed down. And so it's been set up now. So let me read this section for you. When COVID-19 hit in the spring of 2020, Rhythm was forced to temporarily close, riding out the worst of the storm that hit retail on the high street, where most copies were sold. When it then came back in September 2020 and began working on its much anticipated Neil Peart tribute issue, November 2020, the magazine was brought by the startup Beats Network. A small publishing company, Beats Network has been able to retain celebrated editor Louise King, who is the driving force behind the return of the magazine and brand, etc, etc, etc. So I get a lot of messages, and to be honest, over the last year, I've had lots of people say to me what's been going on with Rhythm Magazine. They start originally back in when Future had it, they had the subscription, then it stopped, etc, etc. So this is what's happening. We're now into our third issue. the third issue is going to be, it's not out yet, but it's got Taylor Hawkins is the editor on the next issue. There's lots and lots of covers. But this one's the Stanton Moore issue. But I've got a copy of this, and I've got to say, what I like about a magazine is the feel of a magazine. A magazine for me has to feel nice. I don't want a newspaper. It's a bit, maybe it's my OCD, I don't know, but I don't like feeling like I've got most of the print on my fingers after I've read a magazine. I also don't like thin paper, which I know is very, very difficult with the way that publishing's going. But this has got really nice feel to the magazine. The content is great. You've got a good mixture. This particular one, the Stanton Moore issue, which, like I said, was number. Where's the numbers on this? 98, I think. I think this was issue. Right, let me have a look on this thing. Anyway, this is the Stanton Moore one. It's got drum setups on it. So I really like the feel of this magazine. It's the only magazine we've got left in the UK. How long magazines are going to last worldwide, I don't know. But we've got a magazine in the UK. So I wanted to read out a little bit about Riv Magazine. I want to, if people are interested in subscribing to it, then go over to their social media. You can find their direct post over to that. I will tell you though, they also, yeah, it's just a Riv Magazine subscription. So the best way to get it is a subscription now. Anyway, that's Riv Magazine. Something else that I haven't got a lot more news on at the moment today, because it only came out today. I haven't been sent any brief on it. I haven't played around with it. I downloaded it and that was it. And that was a new app that came out called Drum Ed, D-R-U-M-E-D, by an UK online education service. Like I said, I downloaded it. It comes with 10 free downloads. I can't, have a look at it, see what you think. It's free to start with, and then if you want to add tracks, then you can pay a subscription. But again, I will give you more news about that, but it's something I downloaded today and thought I'd check out. So a couple of topics that have come up. Let me just double check first. Let me go back and see what this question is. Bear with me. Get a 12-inch. Okay, this is my smart ass mate. This is my mate Scotty here, who is part of the Jube. He's part of the Jube team, okay? And he said, part of the subscription is you win a Jube and some lessons. And unless Scotty's going to come and do those lessons, but maybe you're offering that. Maybe you're offering a Jube. But anyway, there you go. So a couple of topics that came in, and they're sort of, again, a little bit relevant. I thought about the news today about Ralph, and maybe about my guest, one of my guests that I've got coming up this week. And it's quite a tricky one, and I try to keep everything positive, as you all know, and so that will continue. But something happened last week after one of my chats that I got a DM from somebody, and the DM was pretty shitty, to be totally honest with you. It wasn't aimed at me, but it was aimed about one of the chats that I did, and it took me back a little bit, because the language was a little bit not what I would have preferred to, but it took me back, because this is social media, and maybe I've now let myself have people contact me directly via social media, DM, but these aren't my friends, they're not in my circle, okay, and I couldn't quite work out why this person had to tell me or say the things that person said to me regarding one of my guests. I replied to the message after a couple of days, after I sat back and thought about it. To be honest, I was just going to ignore it, which sometimes I do. And it brings me round to a topic that I've been asked to talk about today. Oh, I see. Well, Scotty's come up. I was offering a Jube as a prize in your 1-year anniversary show. Wow. Okay. Speak. You got to speak to. Don't speak to them. I'm sure that we'd like that. I'm sure people would love to win a Dube. Where are they now, by the way, Scotty? Maybe we got to get one out. But yeah. Anyway, so it comes round to my conversation. One of the things that people sent in. So there's two topics that have been sent in this week. One I've sort of touched on before, and the other it wasn't. One was music over ability. How important is music over ability? And I had to give that some thought, and it's a great question, or good topic. The other one was social media videos. So both of them sort of played in play with the message that I got. So let's start music over ability. I think we all have to remember that 95% of people that are playing the drums for fun. And if they are fortunate enough that that becomes a job and they can earn a living out of it, then great, excellent. But I've always said to people, if you want to play the drums to earn lots and lots of money, don't. It's the famous story. How do you become a millionaire playing jazz? Start with 2 million. You know, so it's about fun, first of all. That's the most important part. Now, if you're serious, and there's some young musicians on here that are really serious about playing the drums and they want to make a career out of this, and you have to put the hours in and you have to learn as much as you possibly can. It's very, very important. But we're playing a musical instrument. Super important and not to be forgotten. And I think sometimes maybe we do forget that. We see things that are put up on social media, and it actually has nothing to do with being a hired hand or a professional musician, unless maybe you're going to become a solo artist and you're going to create something completely new. It's got nothing to do with being a hired hand or being a musician. So the question was music over ability, and it's like, well, I can't pick one or the two. Somebody's put in the difference between a pizza and a drummer. A pizza can feed a family. Here you go, boom, boom. So they're both very, very important. But if I have to pick what is the most important, then no doubt music, no doubt. You know, I learned a long, long time ago that I wasn't going to waste my time and energy working on ability, on things that I will never need musically. I want to use that time to spend playing with a click, playing music, playing songs, understanding the songs. Now, I need ability, obviously, to be able to do that. So the more ability I've got, then maybe that's going to give me more freedom on the drum kit. But would you say, so no disrespect to a drummer like Ringo Starr, because I'm a huge Ringo Starr fan and I love Ringo Starr, but his ability maybe isn't up there with some of the the clinician drummers that are out there now, or even some of the people on Instagram. But it's Ringo Starr. He played for the Beatles. He played what was needed for the Beatles. And I often say to my students, you know, you decide who you want to be. What do you want to do? You know, was Hal Blaine the greatest technical drummer in the world? No, but Hal Blaine is the most recorded musician in the world. You know, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? So music has to win over ability every single time. Like I said, there is no, the better your ability, the more your tools you're going to have, your more vocabulary you're going to have on the drum kit. But things like, I always say to students again, if you're playing, I don't know, if you're working on your rudiments or you're working on some sticking exercises and singles and doubles or whatever, and you don't want to just play along to a click, put some music on, play along to some music. And today's lesson is going to be a little bit around that. So then it brings me to social media videos. And like I said, any questions, anything you want to know, or you want to talk about this or anything else, stick them in that question mark box. So then it comes to videos. First of all, and the most important thing, I'm not here to judge what other people put on social media. And to be honest, nor you. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Which actually was the bit that I was a little bit disturbed about when this person sent me this message. Because it's like, well, first of all, don't watch it. Just don't come on and watch it. And certainly why you feel you need to then send me a message to say how you don't like that person, I don't. There's nothing, I don't care. And we have this almost like club of people that feel that they should have an opinion on what other people are doing on social media. Okay, no. Breaking news. I don't like all the videos I see up there. No, I don't like seeing, I mean, I've often said this on numerous occasions up here, I struggle watching all the polyrhythmic phrasing over a great song like Everyone Wants to Rule the World. But who am I to judge that? I might not like it, but so what? Does it matter? Of course it doesn't matter. It's not important. If I don't like it, I don't watch it. I mean, I'm not being forced. Someone's not pinning my eyes open and forcing me to watch it. So, no, I'm not. I don't like that. The thing I don't like, I have to say, is I don't like the way that maybe sometimes a lot of content is being rehearsed so much and then being put out there almost as a platform to say, look at me, this is how, and then how that's having an effect on other people thinking, oh, I'm never going to get as good as that. But you know what? That again is society now. That's life. You know, you watch a film and there might be beautiful characters in the film and you think, oh, I'm never going to look like that. Or you may, you know, I'm into my fitness and I could watch runners and think, oh, I'm never going to be like that. But then that's, like I said, that's society and that's life. I think the most important thing is that we have a choice what we watch and what we don't watch. I will tell you now that everything that I put up is not rehearsed. I've always said to people I don't rehearse it. I'll do a live lesson today. I haven't practiced my live lesson. I don't think I want people to see how I struggle the same as everyone else. So, two topics. Music over ability. I'm going to go music every time, but they should work alongside each other. Like I said, if you're going to be playing along, if you're going to play some exercises, sticking exercises, why can't you put some favourite songs on and play along to it? There is no reason why that doesn't work. It makes you have a good understanding, whatever level you are, of formats of songs, verses, choruses. You know, there's a bridge. Oh, I could do this, I could do that. You know, so it makes you, while you're working on your singles and your doubles and keeping strict time, most modern day music now is done to a click anyway, so it's going to stay in time. I'm having some coffee, bear with me a second. So it's a fun way of doing stuff. And what I'm going to do today is give you a lesson on something, working on styles or genres that don't feel comfortable with me, but I'm still working on sticking patterns. Okay, so I'm taking it to making it musically in styles that I'm not comfortable with. So I'm working on my music. Although I'm working on my ability of my sticking patterns, I'm still focusing on the music. Okay, so music is the most important thing. If you want to be a soloist, if anyone on here now or anyone that's watching this later, and all you want to do is be a drum clinician, then good on you, well done, congratulations, and I wish you the best of luck. Your career's not going to be very long, because unfortunately that career span doesn't last that long. If you want to be a professional musician and you want to be as good as you possibly can, you know, if you're leaving school and you're going to be whatever, let's say by the time you're 20 years old, I'd like to think that you should be able to be a professional musician for at least 45 to 50 years. And trust me, music is going to change a lot in those 45 to 50 years. And woe betide you if you don't just adapt with it. Because if you don't adapt, that's it. That's the end of your career. Okay, so music over ability. Okay, so let's bring that round to today's lesson. Any questions? Anyone got any questions to come in? Because like I said, I quite liked those topics today. Rhythm Magazine have just joined. I've done all the Rhythm Magazine. You missed it. You missed the topic, so I do apologise about that. So regarding the drum lesson, I thought today, like I said, I make these lessons up on the spot for the reason I don't practice them, I don't rehearse them, I don't put any content out on my lessons on Instagram that's been practiced over and over again. It's warts and all, because you know what, that's real, that's life. When you're out there doing a gig, it's not going to be perfect, you are going to mess up, and you know, you've got to learn not to beat yourself up. I know it's harder for younger people. I've got to a stage in my life where I don't care what people think. So unless they think it's nice, then that's different. But if they don't like it, you know, I don't care. So I thought today I would talk about, I'd like to play some music for this as well, because normally when I'm practicing this, I'm going to be putting on some Latin music or some Tito Parento. Got here as soon as see, they've been busy, they've been getting that magazine ready, everybody. For those that are reading this afterwards, Rhythm Magazine have just come up and said, got here as soon as we could. So yeah, they've been busy getting that magazine ready. So I like to put music on normally when I'm practicing this kind of stuff. But obviously the way that Instagram works is if I leave that music on, then the chances are that these chats don't get saved. So I'm not going to risk that. So I'm going to do it without music, but find some music that works for you. All I'm going to do, right, I'm going to move this, and like I've said before, if you've got any questions about this, I can't now see the screen because I'm now going to get my phone onto my little practice kit. Let's take that back a little bit. So you can see my pad, you can see my ride cymbal. Okay, on the floor. Okay, you can't see the floor, but I'll show you. I've got the Steve Smith DW bass drum pedal. By the way, check out Steve Smith's New York practice sessions that he put up over the weekend. Again, I put links up on my social media as well. Okay, so like I said, I'm not going to be able to see the video on this, the screen. So if there's anything you are going to say, put them in the question mark box because I can't see them. So we're looking at, and if you don't know about any of these topics, do a little bit of research, but we're talking about trying to think about playing maybe a 3-2 clave with the bass drum, which is going to do this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, ba 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 ga ga ba 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 ba. Okay, or on the left foot, ba sa sa ba 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 ga ba 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 ga ga. Okay, now I'm not doing this as an independence pattern, by the way. I'm doing this to give my sticking pattern a different feel, and for me to feel a different genre instead of. Okay, this feel is going to be different. Or, again, I'm not actually, I can if you want me to, but I'm not actually playing both the feet together because it defeats the object of the exercise I'm going to show you. So I'm not going. I'm separating. On the hands, again, I've talked about this before. I like to do a lot of stuff in triplet based because I'm still not as comfortable in triplet based as I am normally. And I'm going to be playing the jazz paradiddle. For those that don't know the jazz paradiddle, it's just going to go right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. So it's actually a paradiddle. Sorry, it's a double paradiddle. No, it's not. It's a paradiddle diddle. There you go. Good mistake already. It's a paradiddle diddle. Okay, but starting one note ahead. So we're going to go right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, left. Okay, so we get that going. So it's in triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And underneath. Hey, here we go. So, hang on. Sorry, here we go. Let's get this right. It's your freeze. And then go put it on the left foot. Okay. Okay, so it's giving me a completely different feel to this. Okay. Okay, now if I want to turn that around, instead of going 3-2, I want to go 2-3. I've now got this. 1. 1. 1. Here we go. 1. 1. 1. 1. Left foot. 1. 1. Okay, finally, if I want to go put the hi-hat on the 2 and the 4, 1, 2, 3 on the bass drum, so I'm going to play a 3-2 clave. Which gives me a different feel than this. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. So, whatever people said, you love the practice pad, Dominic. It's good, isn't it? That's the new Vic Firth one. Zildjian has got a couple of colourful ones as well. Yeah, I'm just giving it a road test actually, seeing how well it holds up, and it's holding up very well. I didn't know if the surface would start pickering up or not, but it hasn't. Anyway, so that brings me round to, I've had no questions in tonight, and so I'm going to give the prize today, I'm going to give it to the music over ability question, I think. Unless someone comes in and beats that question, I'm going to give it to music over ability, but we're running out of time. So this week's guests, do you want to know this week's guests? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Rhythm Magazine. Nice swing pulse. So, ladies and gentlemen, Do you want to know this week's guests? Tomorrow night, based on the 3-2 clave, we have got Wilfredo Reyes Jr., which is going to be a hell of a lot of fun because anyone that knows the Reyes family know there is a lot of them, including Wilfredo Sr. Wilfredo Jr. has been playing for Chicago for quite a few years. I think he might be living out in Vegas now, but we're going to find that out tomorrow. So we're going to find out about his upbringing. Like I said, in such a musical family, you know, Daniel they're all out there playing. So we're going to find out about that. So that's tomorrow night, Tuesday, 7 p.m, only on Instagram. It's not on YouTube. So if you want to watch that, you have to go over to MikeDolbear.com Instagram to watch that. So that's Tuesday night, 7 p.m. UK time, which is 11 a.m. Pacific time, and I want to say 2 Eastern time, and then you can work out all the rest around that. Okay, and then on Wednesday night, another great drummer, and again, you've got to go away and do some research if you don't know this guy, because wow, this now I hope I get the pronunciation of this, and that is on Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. We've got Eric Impromptu. So if you haven't seen any of these videos, it's quite amazing some of the stuff that he's doing. Go over and check out his Instagram. So it's Aric, ARICIMPROTA, and watch some of the videos he does, the somersaulting videos from one drum kit. Yes, somersaulting from one drum kit to another. An incredible drummer, absolutely beautiful human being. And he's doing some amazing stuff with some of these artwork as well. So both the shows this week are going to be at 7 o'clock. So it's 7 o'clock on Tuesday, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And that's it. That's all we've got for you this week. Stay safe. Look after yourself. Be nice. If you've got any comments you want, nasty comments you want to make about any of my guests or anything, I don't care about you saying anything about me, but anyone else, don't DM me. I couldn't care less. Keep it to yourself, all right? Just the practice pad, Dominic. This one is the Vic Firth one. It's the Vic Firth 12-inch cameo, I think they're calling it. But yeah, I don't care. If you want to DM me and tell me, you know, going off on shit, I haven't got time. I haven't got the energy for it, so don't bother. But if you've got anything nice or practical, then by all means DM me. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much. Look after yourself. Very, very important. Be nice. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to others. You know, don't go off on people. You never know what people are going through or the background. So before you start making comments about people, you know, maybe you should just find out a little bit about them, how they're feeling, what's going on. Do yourself a favour. Go and check out Ralph Peterson. If you don't know about Ralph Peterson, go and check him out. Go and watch a few of the videos. Some amazing albums. 58 was far too early to lose someone like Ralph, but his legacy will live on forever and ever. So go and check Ralph out. Stay nice, look after yourselves, and I will see you tomorrow night